Here in Brussels, I call for the end of the Hungarian nuclear power called Paks. This is absolute disaster. We should now, in February 2023, interdict all uranium imports and all Russian nuclear technology. I'm not opposing nuclear technology in general. You know, we should and we need in the European Union nuclear technology and nuclear energy production. Actually, I will launch now a campaign for Austria to build one nuclear power station in Upper Austria, in my hometown, in my home region actually, in the Mühlviertel, to have a future for the Austrian industry and steel production in my hometown Linz. I'm absolutely in favor of that. But no to Russian uranium. We have to import it from Australia, from Africa, from Kazakhstan, the countries we should have free trade agreement. And the protectionists, like Mr. Lange here, they have blocked that, and that's a big shame, yeah? So I'm calling here, obviously, for better nuclear policy. And let's not forget the European Union was created as this Euratom. So we need to come back. We need to, also with our American friends, no problem with Westinghouse, you know, but we have enough nuclear technology. So we need a revival of European nuclear energy production. And at the same time, we need to end all nuclear cooperation projects, imports of uranium from Russia. We have to end the Russian trade in general. And that is absolutely my line since the beginning of the war. And 1 year later, we are just step by step. This is not good enough. So end all uranium imports, end the Rosatom projects which are still there, the cooperation with Slovakia, and maybe they have reduced it now in Bulgaria, they have reduced it or ended it in Czech Republic. So there is some progress already on that one. But still, the biggest problem is that contrary to Finland, which has stopped its nuclear cooperation with Russia, the Hungarians have continued there. I think it's a $13 billion project. And this is, of course, a big corruption reason. And Mr. Orban, now like crazy, he corrupts the Austrian People's Party. He builds this alliance with Austria, with Croatia, with the president there, with Serbia. And he blocks Hungary and Schengen because ultimately he is behind it. Just because he has this compromise kind of agreement and all this money from this Paks power plant. And it must go. This must go. It must be handed over to European. We can, for example, I've proposed many times, all these complicated energy projects which are run by the Russians, like Paks, like NIS in Serbia, but also OMV, they have to be handed over if there is no private investor who buys them out. Then the EIB has to pay and has to nationalize it on the Europeanize it if you want, that the EIB, the European Union, is basically taking responsibility and buys the investor out. Of course, we will never get this money to Russia. It will be in a fund and it will be then used for compensation. But we can legally end these shambles like that, yeah? And that's the best way. So no to Russian nuclear energy, yes to European nuclear energy. And this is the better policy for climate change and for the victory against Russia. Thanks a lot. All the best here from Brussels. Bye.